Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and want to see more. Coming up, a review of all fixtures for this round 19 game. I mean all fixtures. COVID hasn't interfered. Yay! Also, keep a lookout and have a listen to one of the reports, as one of their club stars has signed on again for 2022. Greg Eden's double helped Castleford end a 29-year wait for a win away at St Helens as they triumphed 20 points to 10 in a fiery, bitty, scrambly Betfred Super League clash at the totally wicked stadium on Thursday evening. Neither side created a clear scoring chance in an error-strewn first quarter, but Saints finally broke the deadlock on the 20th minute. With Leigh being held up over the try line moments before the ball was then worked left through Lewis Dodd and Lachlan Coop to John Wellesby, and the 20-year-old produced an acrobatic finish to ground the ball one-handed in the corner. With 4 minutes remaining and a half, Castleford enjoyed a prolonged spell of pressure when striking at the Saints line, thanks to a back-to-back penalties and a restart klaxon. The defensive strain ultimately told on the Saints as Richardson linked smartly with Evalds to send Eden in at the corner. Richardson had the conversions from touch to give Castleford a slender 6-4 lead at the half-time break. Out of the two sides in the first half, Saints were the better team. They had more possession and were less error-strewn. Castleford edged further ahead 10 minutes after the restart, after James Bentley was guilty of a late challenge on Evalds, after he kicked downfield and Richardson made no mistake with the penalty. Moments later, and Castleford edged further in front. Castleford second rower Holmes brushed aside an attempted tackle from Coop, and he could scarcely believe it as he was left with a free run to the Saints line. Richardson's third goal gave the visitors a 10-point lead. What he actually did, Holmes, was he went towards the line, stood up facing Lachlan Coop, did a couple of side steps, not the best in the world, but it was enough to get round Coop, and scored just left of the posts. Both teams were reduced to 12 men on the 63rd minute after Peter Matautier of Saints and James Bentley was sent to the sin bin by Ben Fowler for squaring up to each other. Well, it was more than that, as there was a swinging arm from Bentley, and if he's not under match review after that, it's biased against Saints. There was a lot of penalties that weren't called against Saints during this game. I'm not anti-Saints, but they are very, very good at the gamesmanship in rugby league, whether it's grabbing the attempted follow-up men, grabbing at the ball, raking at the ball and playing the balls, keeping the knees in there, so on and so forth. You do dirty stuff well, and they don't get pinged enough of it at the time, even. Saints' cause was set back even further when we came to the 64th minute after Tommy Makinson was sent off for a late shot on Evalds. It was a very late shot. The ball had gone and it was a shoulder to the head. There was no wrapping of the arms around the ball or anything like that. He should get at least 2 matches. Despite only temporarily having 11 men on the field, Saints hit back with a try 13 minutes from time. Prop Alex Walmsley charged his way over from close range, and Coop's conversion shaved Castleford's lead to just 4 points. There was a penalty given, and Walmsley decided to tap because the Castleford's defence was facing their own try line and not the person with the ball. And Walmsley saw that, and he ran 10 metres, almost slipped over before the line, but stumbled enough to put the ball over the line. As Saints desperately went in search of a try in the closing stages, Coop passed to the wing and it was gleefully intercepted by Eden, who raced 80 metres to seal the victory. Richardson added his fourth goal from 4 attempts to make it 20 points to 10, the visitors. So in the first game of Friday night, there were no favours from father to son as Catalan Dragons claimed a 31 points to 16 win in the Betfred Super League over Hull FC in Birmingham. Catalans coach Steve McNamara came up against his son Ben in the halves for Hull for the first time, but the family allegiances were set aside as the Dragons strengthened their grip on the top spot. On-field temperatures of 38 degrees proved the challenge for Hull's makeshift young side, and the younger Kamara threatened an upset with his accurate goal kicking and composure on the ball, but the second half comeback by the Dragons ruined his chances of claiming the family bragging rights. Tom Davis was the first to score for Catalans in the 6th minute as James Maloney and Dean Ware combined to put their winger over in the right corner, but Maloney hit the post with the conversion. Catalans seemed to be certain to score again before Sam Tompkins' pass was intercepted by Hull centre Carlos Tuimavave, who raced 90 metres to score, leaving McNamara to add the conversion to put Hull 6 points to 4 in front. Hull missed the chance to go further ahead when McNamara missed the penalty on the 24th minute, but he made amends 2 minutes later from the same spot as the Dragons were penalised for pushing at the play the ball. Davis scored his second of the night in the right corner, following good work from Tompkins and Ware, and this time Maloney was on target from the touchline to put Dragons back in front 10 points to 8. In the introduction of giant prop San Cassiano from the bench on the half-hour mark seemed to put some fire in the Dragons' bellies, and when Tuimavave was simmed in for a high tackle on Coratin Lacam, Hull were under the pump. Just a side note, Sam Cassiano has signed a new deal at Catalan Dragons today, keeping him there for at least the next season. Second rower Jordan Leigh burst through the Catalan defence to put winger Beretta Ferremo in on the right, and McNamara added a touchline conversion to give the visitors a 4-point lead at the interval. Buid Yaha levelled the scoring for the Catalans after the break, 4 minutes after the break, with a try in the corner, following a break by Tompkins and Samisoni Langi, and Maloney put the Catalans ahead with a touchline conversion also. McNamara then levelled the scores again with a 58th minute penalty, but Catalans turned up the heat, forcing Hull into a succession of goal line dropouts before Maloney landed a drop goal to make it 17-16 with 12 minutes to go. Tompkins put daylight between the two sides, and a minute later, when he climbed to steal the ball from Adam Swift and go over. Maloney's conversion made it 23 points to 16, before French forward Julien Busquets wrapped things up with a sharp burst between the posts, and Maloney adding the 2 points and a further penalty to give a final scoreline of 31 points to 16 to the Catalans. So Leeds revived their playoff hopes as they went to Leigh Centurions and created a 8-try victory, but it came at a cost as playmaker Luke Gale was forced off with a first half knee injury. After losing their previous 2 games, these Rhinos had something to prove, but the loss of Gale inside the opening quarter overshadowed the 46 points to 10 victory, as he joined their casualty list, which also include a number of key players. The result nevertheless boosts Leeds' hope of a top 6 finish, and they claimed the opening try in the 10th minute. Having won the set restart, some neat passing from Rhinos culminated in Bruce Leigh cleverly delaying a pass, which allowed St Helens to crash over the line from close range. Reece Martin added the conversion to make it 6-0, but moments later Gale was forced off through the injury, but was replaced by Brad Dwyer. The switch to Leigh saw Leigh move into the halves alongside Robert Louis, but soon after the Rhinos thought they had claimed a second try, as Louis' offload sent Martin over the line inside the right channel, but his pass was slightly forward and the score was chalked off. Leigh's second rower Matty Forster was forced off with a head injury assessment and replaced by Matty G before Leeds scored a second try in the 20th minute. Harry Newman and Brad Dwyer combined to send Tom Briscoe over in the right corner, but Martin could not convert, ending a run of 34 successive conversion attempts. Spirited Leigh responded when G showed impressive strength to force his way over the line before a tackle by Tetevano on Matty Russell saw the Leigh winger forced off, with the incident placed on report by Robert Hicks. Leeds led 10-6 at half-time, but a fine third try in the 47th minute when Myler's superb pass sent Briscoe diving over in the right corner for his second of the evening. 3 minutes later, Leeds forward Cameron Smith collected possession and scampered over after fine work from Leeming and Nash Shanley. Martin converted and then added a penalty to make it 24-0 before Leigh claimed a second try when James Ball sent G over again, although Craig Mullins' conversion rebounded off the post. But Lewis scampered over from close range to score, and Dwyer burst clear to cross before Hanley touched down in the left corner. And Leeming did likewise in the last minute, with Martin ending up 7 goals in total from 8 attempts. Bad news that for Leigh, as they have lost every single game this season, and now with relegation being confirmed to be involved this season, it looks like they are for the wooden spoon and for the drop. Hull Kingston Rovers completed the double over Wigan Warriors as for the first time in Super League, as they kept their push for a playoff place alive with a 26 points to 14 triumph at the Hull College Craven Park. And also in good news as well, Neil Hodgel, the owner of Orgea, has announced that he will continue his 15-year tenure as Rovers owner, as he's taken the club off the market and is no longer for sale. Well, everything's up for sale, it just needs the right money to come up. Anyway, so Rovers grabbed the lead with 5 minutes gone as Tonga international vet crashed over from close range after Bibby had given up possession with a mistake at the play of the ball. A Ben Crooks kick made it 6-0. Rovers added a second try through Milne 11 minutes in after good work down the right by winger Ryan Hall, and Crooks made it 12-0 with his second kick of the day. Vet, I think it's Vet, or is it Vete? It's Albert Vete, my apologies. Vete was held up over the line, and then Brad Takarangi was injured as he was stopped just short as the Rovers tried to press their advantage home. Ryan getting in on the act when he caught a kick from Milnes before spinning away from a tackle and going over in the corner midway through the half. Wigan pulled a try back through Bibby in the right corner after 23 minutes, but a missed Harry Smith conversion meant it was 16-4. Marshall scored Wigan's second try after Crooks had spilled a Jackson Hastings kick, and Smith's conversion brought the visitors back to a 16 points to 10 scoreline at the half-hour mark. Wigan claimed their third try just before the break as Marshall dived to squeeze in on the left-hand corner for his second score of the game to make it 16-14 at half-time. If you've not seen that finish, you will not have seen something looked over so many times, because it was so as close to the corner as you're ever going to see. It was either just over the dead ball line in goal, or it was in field of play while touching the post, corner post. Anyway, so the start of the second half was a bit scrappy as both sides made mistakes, but Rovers were unable to punish successive offsides, which took them to the Wigan line. As player of the match, Takarangi, grubber kick was too strong to be capitalised on. A Wigan high tackle relieved the pressure on home side, and Sean Kenny Dowell break set up the field position for an all-important first score of the second half. Ryan Hall's cross-field run and pass put in the second row of Kane Lynette, and he fought off two tacklers to touchdown, but Brock's kick hit the upright as Rovers led 20 points to 14 after 57 minutes. Rovers pounced again a minute later, and this time it was Kane Litton who profited from a Matty Staunton run from the defence. Crooks made the kick to stretch the lead to 12 points. What I mean by that is Matty Staunton got the ball from the kickoff and he set off through the middle. He was tackled 10 metres into the Wigan half, and then a few plays later, Kane Litton went over for the try. Wigan's defence was pathetic at that point, my own personal viewpoint. Anyway, Jackson Hastings was denied a try with 5 minutes left because of a knock-on in the build-up, and Rovers were able to see out a comfortable win despite a late yellow card for Takarangi. Liam Farrell was also shown a yellow card in the 9 seconds for throwing an elbow too, with Matt Parcell also ordered off by referee Liam Moore for his part in the same incident. Wasn't really an elbow, he grabbed hold of the guy as he went past. It was high on the face though. And then all ensued. Matt Parcell came running in, and you know how much they don't like. Salford Red Devils ensured there was no happy return for former coach Ian Watson as they completed the double over Huddersfield Giants with an 18 points to 12 victory at the AJ Bell Stadium. Buoyed by their recent improved form, the visitors made the early running and went in front with a penalty from teenage stand-up Will Price. But they suffered a blow when Ricky Lautelli, just back in the team after a month on the sideline, was forced off after a head knock after 10 minutes. Huddersfield did most of the pressing throughout the first half, but it took the introduction of front rowers Matty English and Nathan Petteru to add the punishment they needed to turn the territorial dominance into points they were deserving of. English powered his way over for the game's first try after 23 minutes, and Petteru thought he had repeated that feat 6 minutes later, but was penalised for dissent after disputing referee Chris Candle's decision that he failed to have ground the ball. The visitors were good value with the 8-0 lead, but the Red Devils hit back 4 minutes before the break when centre Krishnan Inu intercepted Jake Cogger's pass near his own line and sent Rhys Williams away for an 18-minute try in which Inu converted to cut the deficit to just 2 points. The scores worked wonder for Salford's confidence, and they went in front within 8 minutes of the restart when fullback Leigh here sliced through the Huddersfield defence for their second try. The lead changed hands for the third time after 57 minutes when Salford's forward Jack Ormonrod won the race to hooker Andy Acker's grubber kick for his side's third try. Just to let you know, Christian Inu was wide with the goal kick from Tuilola here, and Price kicked 2 further penalties to initially bring his sides level and then edge them back in front before the Ormonrod try. Inu kicked the conversion for Ormonrod's try, I've said that 3 times now, and added a penalty to put his own side 6 points clear, and the Red Devils defended superbly to keep that lead intact. Unfortunately, ill discipline happened again as Greg Burke and Leroy Cudjoe was sent to the sin bin for fighting. Salford's discipline is one of their banes for this season. But on Huddersfield's side, their social media got absolutely battered, because at this moment in time, they haven't confirmed the game is finished. Yeah, we're all still waiting on social media for Huddersfield to blow the whistle and say, full time. Even Salford noticed. Wakefield Trinity begin Willie Poaching's reign as interim head coach in style with a thrilling 28 points to 22 win over third place Warrington Wolves in Sunday's Betfred Super League clash. Wakefield were successful on the day, but the Wolves were without suspended duo Darryl Clark and Jack Hughes, but they had Gareth Widdop back to partner Williams in the halves after a 4-match absence with a knee injury, which meant Blake Austin was relegated to the bench. The opening try came against a running play as Widdop's attacking pass went to the ground, and Tom Johnson scored his first try since the opening round in March with a sprint from 80 metres to score. The try breathed new confidence into Trinity, and prop David Fafita added the second try midway through the first half, seconds after entering the action from the bench. Charging through to the tackle of England, second rower Ben Curry, on his way to the line. Mason Lino, back in the team after sitting out the Huddersfield defeat with an ankle injury, converted both tries, making it 12-0. Which is how it remained until half-time. Hooker Brad Walker almost added a third try, losing the grip on the ball as he went for the line, while Wakefield comfortably contained all the visitors managed to throw at them. But a fumble by Johnson on his own 20-metre line put his side under pressure, but fortunately, Inesina pulled off a tremendous tackle to deny Toby King, and the left winger Tom Lynham crossed the line only to be brought back for an obstruction. Willie Poaching urged his players to play with a smile on his face and demonstrated their newfound belief early in the second half with a superbly crafted team try. Offloads from the tackle by Fafita and Eddie Batty freed second row Jay Pitts and Max Jowett. Also kept the ball alive for Mason Lino to finish with a sparkling try. Lino kicked his third conversion and added a penalty on the 51 minutes to put his side 4 scores in front. Trinity, though, threw away an 18-point lead in their previous game, and their fans might have started to ask questions about their fragility when Williams went over for Warrington's first try on the 56 minutes. That was George Williams' first try for Warrington, but Kershaw quickly assuaded any dark thoughts as he intercepted a pass from Warrington's fullback Stephen Ratchford and sprinted 90 metres for a glorious try. At 26-6, it looked over, but Austin gave Warrington renewed hope with a try on the 66 minutes, and Jake Malmo then took centre stage to set up a grandstand finish. The Castleford Tiger-bound Australian finished off a break by hooker Danny Walker to score one try and created another for winger Josh Charnley as the visitors started to pile on pressure. Rashford added 3 conversions to narrow the deficit to 4 points, but Mason Lino wrapped up the scoring with his second penalty of the game and to give Wakefield the win, 28 points to 22. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember, like, subscribe and share this video worldwide. I'm doing something different than my quizzes this week. You guys, come on, tell me, which of these 3 are your games of the round? Just post your comments in the comments below. I'll be happy to see them, read them, and comments back about what your thoughts are. Anyway, I will just say at this time, stay safe, all the best, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.